I am your new classmate here, okay? And then I'm from Philippines. I don't know about here. Then you want me to be your friend, okay? So what will you do? How can you approach me? Okay. What will you do?
Me?
Yes, what will you do to me? You want me to be your friend, but I am from Philippines. I don't know Vietnamese. How will you approach me? What will you do? Are you going to ask my name? Are you going to ask more? What will you ask? Because here from the picture, in every country, they have different way of greeting people. Like those from the first picture, some people bow. Do you know what country is that?
Yes.
Where? What country people bow?
Korea.
Korea? Yes, they also bow. Japan, right? They bow. When they say thank you, they bow. When they say goodbye, they bow. When they greet people like good morning, good afternoon, and they bow. So it's kind of it's an example of custom. Others are they kiss once, like cheek to cheek here and then here. Some kiss twice. I think in Philippines there are people like that. They greet people by kissing cheek to cheek here. Even shake hands. Shake hands. Hello, how are you? Shake hands. And some hug. Yes. How about here in Vietnam? How do you greet people?
I think in Vietnam, no,
No, you don't greet people.
a little.
A little,
Yeah.
just say hi, something like that. What if your close friends, your friends,
Yes.
for example, your friends, you're going to see a movie and then you will meet your friends, so how will you greet them?
Usually, shake hands.
Shake hands.
Yeah.
Shake hands, something like that. Okay, that's good. And okay, here we have here exchanging business cards. For example, we already met, and then we are friends. I'm your classmates and we are classmates. We are new in this class, and then if you are interested to become a friend, and then I will give you my card, a business card or a calling card. How do I have a business card here? For example, this is a business card. This is not a business card. This is a credit card. Okay, business card. So you can call me, you can message me, or you can even go or come to my office or my address written on that business card. So that's business card. For example, you are interested to a person, can I have your card? Like that. Okay, and then I will give you my card and you will give your card to me. So we will keep in touch. Keep in touch means we know each other all the time. Most of the time we can chat, we can send email, we can call like that. So that is the purpose of giving business cards or exchanging business cards. Okay, here, getting acquainted. Okay, can you read this? Read.
In some place, It's not polite to ask people about how much money they must or how old they are. But in order, like people think the topics are
Appropriate.
uh,
Appropriate.
appropriate.
Yeah, appropriate means it's not. It's appropriate means no problem. It's fixed. Okay. For example, in some places it is not polite. Do you know what is the meaning of polite? Polite.
Polite.
Yes. Do you know what is polite?
No.
Polite is like respect. Respect. Do you know respect? Respect. Polite. Polite. For example, if you respect elder than you, you're a good person. If you know how to respect,
Yes.
you have to respect your teacher. You have to respect your parents, or you have to respect other people. And also that's a kind of politeness. Japanese people are one of the most polite person in the world. You know why? They are respectful. They are what they call trustworthy. So polite means it's a kind of respect.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Ngồi sát bên đó.
Okay, we're just talking about customs. Okay, now here we are getting acquainted. So in some places, it's not polite to ask people how much money they make or how old they are. For example, in Japan or in Korea, you don't need to ask how old are you. If you want to know how old is he or she, you must say, excuse me, can I know how old are you? Like that. You don't need to say directly, how old are you? No, it's not for them, it's not polite. But here in Vietnam, how was it? Asking someone how old is he or how old is she, is that good, is appropriate, or it's not polite? So what do you think here in Vietnam? It is okay if you will ask someone's age, how old is he? It's okay?
Yes.
Okay, so I think so, because there's nothing wrong of asking your age, right? Because in Korea or in Japan, if you are going to ask someone's age, you have to say, excuse me, can I know how old are you? Can I know your age? Like that. So it's a kind of respect. You have to say, you have to be polite also, even you are asking the age of the person. And also, how much money they make. Also, it's not also polite for some places if you will ask how much money they make. For example, we're just new here, we're classmates, and then you will ask me, how much is your salary? It's not good to us, right?
Yes.
So it's not respectful, it's not polite. Right. Some country also, they don't want to talk about religion. Religion, right? What is your religion? So sometimes they get the situation or the ambience is not good when they are talking about religion, because they believe in that, they believe in another gods or religion in Bible like that. So it's not good topic. Right. How about here in Vietnam? When it comes to religion, can you ask someone's religion directly? No, you can't. It doesn't matter. Okay. How about your family? or someone's family, I mean. Can you ask that directly? Because there are persons,
No, it's unusual.
yeah, in
Yes.
unusual. So maybe if that person is just a newly met friend, you can ask it. You cannot ask. But if it is close to you, for your friends like more than a year, and then you can ask. You can tell also about your family. Mhm.
Chào. Anh ngồi sát bên kia giùm em để em quay. Em ngồi xích lên cho dễ vô màn hình luôn. Ngồi xích lên trên, đẩy bàn lên trên.
Okay, let me make a short review again. This is starting. Okay, by the way, I will introduce myself again. I will be your teacher for tonight. My name is Judith. I'm from Philippines. I'm a full-time teacher at FPT University, and I'm a part-time teacher here. Okay. So can you introduce yourself briefly, just short? Just tell me your name and then your status in life, if you are a student or if you are working. Okay. I know her already. Can you start from this, sir?
Yeah, my name is Phúc. I'm 36 years old.
Mhm.
Yeah. I working in a logistic company.
Logistic company.
Yes. I'm business development manager.
Business development manager.
Yes.
Hmm,
Yes.
So good.
I am working 3 years on this company.
All
Yes.
right. 3 years. Okay. So yes, ma'am.
My name is Tam, and I have experience in customer service and sales made. Now I find a new job.
You find a new job. So you need to learn English.
Yes.
You must. Okay. And you, I know you're right.
Yes.
We met last year.
You can call me Dan.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm 19 and I'm a student.
Yes, a student. Okay. Where are you? What's your school again?
I'm 19.
No, I mean, where's your? Where are you studying?
No, I'm just studying in here.
Wow. You're
I'm
free.
Yes.
So you have a lot of time to study. So that's good. All right. So we are talking about customs around the world. Customs means like tradition or culture. Culture. Okay. Example. When it comes to greetings, we have different way. We have different way of greeting people. For example, the first one is some people bow. Like in Japan, they bow. If they say thank you, good morning, what else? Good afternoon, or say goodbye, they bow, right?
Yes.
But here in Vietnam, they don't. So we have different kind of custom. That is one example of custom. Others are kissing. They kiss cheek to cheek. It's not literally from lips, but cheek to cheek like this. Mostly in Philippines, we are doing like that. Okay. It doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman. It's a kind of greetings. Okay. Some shake hands. We shake hands. That is usual. I think you are doing this here in Vietnam, right? But I think it's not usual in Vietnam. They do this as formal, like thank you, how are you, something like that. But young generations, I think they don't do that, right? But in Philippines, even young, they are doing shake hands. And some hug. Yeah, hug. How about here? Do you hug?
We just use we.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And hug.
Hug.
If they have a good relationship.
Oh yeah, if you are in a good relationship, they hug,
Yeah.
right? Because if you don't know that person well, So it's embarrassed for you to hug, especially if he's a man.
We just bow.
Bow, exactly. So what do you think is for you is comfortable when you meet people? What do you think for you is comfortable with this 1, 2, 3, 4 kinds of greeting?
In my work, we wear such hand.
Shake hands.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
all right.
We when we meeting a customer,
Mhm.
yes, my customer.
Okay.
Some house I use in a relationship with family. Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
yes, your
yeah.
family has,
Yeah, me
especially.
and my son
Mhm.
and me and
Especially when coming back home,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even me, my daughter lives here in Vietnam. Me and my daughter lives here. And then when I go out, even she is sleeping, I kiss her goodbye. And when I came home, she kissed me
Yes.
like that. So
Yes.
I think that's good custom, right?
Yes.
So how about you? Have you experienced any one of this?
I think some second,
Shake hands.
yeah,
With whom?
with my friend.
With your friend. Okay. So with your friends also, that's usual, right? Shake hands even though.
Or teacher.
Teacher.
Yeah.
Yes, teacher. And sometimes during occasion, do you do that? For example, like the death holiday when your close relative,
Yes.
right? How are you? Like that, something like that. Or when you go back to your home and you say goodbye, you shake hands again, right? So here, another way of greeting people or having a newly met friend is exchanging business cards. Do you know what is a business card is?
Yes. I know.
What is in the business card?
In Indonesia, some information.
Okay,
Yes.
it's a kind of card.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the informations written in the business card?
Name,
Name,
telephone,
telephone,
Email.
email,
Yes, email.
address,
yes,
address.
address. So what is the use of that? What is that for? What do you exchange?
That's used for that's used for people who study who's working business and they want to interview their information. Yes.
What else? What is that for?
Business card using the first meeting. The
Yes.
first, I want partners. Know my information.
Yes.
That's
So
all.
that
Yes.
if you know your information, if you know her information, so you have the time, you have the chance to commute, to communicate, right? To communicate, to contact. If you need to call him or her, you can call. You can send message,
Yes.
or you can even visit because the address is also written, right? So that is the purpose of exchanging business cards in order for one another to communicate. That is the purpose of that. Here, getting acquainted. What is acquainted? What comes to your mind when you see the word acquainted? What is that?
Acquaintance. Acquaintance. It means you build a relationship with another we don't know.
Yes. So getting to know each other, right? For example, here we are. Although this is the first time for the others, but the two of us were reacquainted. We acquainted before, right? But now we know each other. We know our names and a little bit information about us. So that is acquaintance, knowing each other. All right, here. So again, in some other countries, there are questions not to ask. There are like, it is not polite. What is polite? Polite is kind of respect.
Respect.
Yes. For example, here in some places, it is not polite to ask people about how much money they make or how old they are. For example, here, do you think is it polite to ask me how much is my salary? Right? So it's not good to ask that.
Yes.
It's below the line,
Yeah.
right? So it's not polite. So you can ask me anything, but not that, right? But in other country, like in Korea or in Japan, asking a person how old is he is not also polite. For example, you will ask a Japanese person, how old are you?
Yes.
It's not polite.
Yes.
You have, if you want to know, because also it is important for them, for us to know
Yes.
how old your partner or your business partner is, you have to say, excuse me, can I know your age? Can I know how old are you? Okay, can ask that. Because in Japan and in Korea, the way they drink beer or anything, they do talk, cheers, like that. They cheers. If you are the elder, if you are, for example, I'm 43
Yeah.
and you are 36, your cup should be lower than mine.
Yeah, younger. And,
Yes, that's it. That's why sometimes in a meeting, you should ask their age if you don't know, but ask some permission. Do not ask directly, how old are you? How old are you? Like that. Can I know how old are you? May I know your age, please? And this, so that it's part of your custom. Like that.
Yes.
So how about in Vietnam?
And Vietnam is same.
Same?
Yes,
Oh, really?
yes.
Oh, Korea, Japan,
Yeah.
Vietnam, all same. Because I worked in Japan for 5 years. I worked in Korea for 2 years.
Yeah.
And now
Okay.
here in Vietnam for 1.5 years and still counting.
And China.
Oh, in China also. Oh, how I wish Philippines also. But in Philippines, they don't care how old are you.
Yeah.
So another thing is the money. You don't. It's not
Money.
polite to ask how much is your salary. How much money do you have in your bank? How much is your savings? Like,
Yeah.
it's not polite. It seems like unrespectful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think in Vietnam, male talk with female don't ask marriage or single.
Oh, really? Oh no. Now I know. I want to ask, are you single? Are you married? Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh. What else? Can you tell me about some customs here in Vietnam? How about religion? Religion.
Religion is unusual. Yes. If you and another people have a closer, you
you're close to
can
each
ask.
other.
Yes,
You can ask. But if a person is just a newly met friend, maybe you can.
Best friend is okay.
Best friend is okay.
Yes.
But new friend,
New friend, no.
no. Okay, so even in Philippines, it's not good to ask someone's religion because sometimes when my religion is different from you, so that means we have different beliefs. I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, and you are not believing in God.
Yes.
So maybe it's the cause of being not being close, right? So it's not good to ask. Okay, here. Okay, here. In your opinion, is there a right way and a wrong way to greet people? Can you explain me why? For example, here, for you, some people bow. Is it fine if you do here in Vietnam? What do you think?
I will bow if the person who I meet older than me.
Oh.
Yes. And if they younger than me, I just smile and say hi.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's a kind of respect bowing to elder people.
We small when he meet people very high level. Yes, my
Oh.
boss and chairman. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, really? So you know bowing also. That's why sometimes, because I work in Japan, I used to bow.
Yeah.
I used to bow, and I say to my colleague, my coworker,
Yeah.
I bow and I say goodbye, see you tomorrow, then I
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and
Bow,
they're used to
yes.
it, yes. So, but in Philippines, we also bow, and you know, we kiss our grandmother and grandparents'
Yeah.
hands like that, like this or like this, like that. It's a kind of respect. Even though they are not relative, we do like this, like that. We hold and then it's
Yeah.
a kind of respect also.
It's about yes, servant culture.
It's a culture. All right, so here, okay, let us watch to this. Let us watch for this conversation. Listen. Then listen.
Read and listen to two people meeting in a hotel lobby.
You look familiar. Haven't we met somewhere before?
I don't think so. I'm not from around here.
I know. Aren't you from Japan? I'm sure we met at the IT conference last week.
Of course. You're from Mexico, right?
That's right. I'm sorry. I've forgotten your name.
Kamura Takashi. But you can call me Taka.
Hi, Taka. Leon Prieto. Please call me Leon. So, what have you been up to since the conference?
Not much. Actually, I'm on my way to the airport now. I'm flying back home.
Hey, we should keep in touch. Here's my card. The conference is in Acapulco next year, and I can show you around.
That would be great. I hear Acapulco's beautiful.
It was nice to see you again, Taka.
You too.
Okay, here, first, let us role play the first part here. Okay, first is, can you play as Leon and you are Taka? This part only, okay? Okay, Leon, go.
You look familiar. Haven't we missed somewhere before?
I don't think so. I'm not from around here.
I know. Are you from Japan? And you we missed an IT conference last week.
Of course. You're from Mexico, right?
Okay, so let's stop there. So you look familiar, Leon said. Okay, what do you think is the meaning of you look familiar? Okay, there are here. You can choose answer between this 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences. So what do you think is the word? You look familiar. What is the meaning of that?
I choose 3.
Number 3. Yes, you say that when you're not sure if you know someone, but you think you might. You met before, but you are not sure, right? Have you experienced that before? Your old classmates when you are in primary, and then you saw, and then you look familiar, something like that. Have you experienced it before with an old friend?
Yes, alright.
So that's why you will say you look familiar. Means you know him, but you don't know exactly when or where, and you are not sure if he is that person or he is not. Sometimes we had experience like that, but sometimes it's not. For example, I saw someone, she looks like my friend. I asked her, you look familiar. Are you from that university? Blah, 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 blah. Oh no, sorry, I'm not. So I think she is my old classmates when I was in high school, but she's not because she was familiar. So that is the meaning of look familiar. Okay. How about, okay, here. Okay, number, second part. Second part, can you role play please? Leon and Taka.
That's right. I'm sorry. I've forgotten your name.
Kamura Takashi, but you can call me Taka.
Hi, Taka. Long time. Please call me Leon. So, what have you been up to since the conference?
No much. Actually, I'm on my way to the airport now. I'm flying back home.
Okay, flying back home. So here, that's why I'm sorry. I've forgotten your name, Leon said. Then Takamura, Kamura Takashi. So he mentioned his name.
Yeah.
But you can call me Taka. And then, hi Taka, Leon friend. Please call me Leon. So what have you been up to since the conference? So what do you think is the meaning of what have you been up to since the conference?
I think for you say that's when you want to ask about someone relation activities.
Okay, so when you want to ask someone recent activity, yes, recent means past, from past activity until now. So what are you doing since that last conference until now? So that is the meaning of what have you been up to. For example, what have you been up to since our last lesson? To you, it's all about you. Because our last lesson is like this December or November, right? So what have you been up to?
I don't remember. It's been a long time.
So what are you doing? Are you did you work? Did you went to a province?
Can't remember.
You can remember. No, about yourself, not the topic.
Yes.
Did you work?
No,
No.
I was student.
Oh, you're still studying. So when I ask you what have you been up to, so you just study like that since then until now, right? Because you didn't work, you didn't go anywhere, you just studying, you keep on studying. Okay, that's it. So here I'm gonna read the last one. Hey, we should keep in touch. Here's my card. So what is keep in touch?
You say this to suggest that someone call or email you in the future.
Yes, yes. So that's it. Keep in touch. So for example, keep in touch for the lesson. For example, I give you my Facebook account and you can ask me anything that you want. So we will keep in touch. So that means I will know everything from time to time. If you want more about it, so you can call me, you can message me, just keep in touch. That's the meaning of keep in touch.
Keep in touch and that means keeping connecting.
Yes,
Yeah.
keep on connecting, keep on the communication open. Okay, that's it. So the conference is in Acapulco. Acapulco. Do you know what is Acapulco?
Acapulco.
Acapulco is a place in Mexico. Yes.
Mexico.
Yes, it's a place in Mexico. So the next conference is meeting, something like that, is in Acapulco next year, and I could show you around. So what is the meaning? I could show you around.
That's the last one. You say this when you want to offer to introduce someone to a new place.
Okay, so you can assist someone to introduce new place. For example, here in Vietnam, what could you show me around here? Okay, what place could you show me around? What is the beautiful place that you could show me around here in Vietnam?
Show me around can meet you next
Place.
time. Yeah.
Yes.
Next, yeah.
Yes, so
Yeah.
any place, can you suggest?
Bisetco.
Bisetco.
Yes, it's a tower with
It's the tallest tower?
yes, it's a corner.
68.
Floor?
Or landmark.
Landmark.
Oh,
Landmark is in a tower, tallest in
Yes.
the tallest.
tallest. I think I've been there before. I
Yes.
was there, yes. And think it's expensive. There's a ticket there, right? It's around 250 Vietnam dong, something like that.
Yeah.
We've been there with my daughter, and then we ate at the 55th floor, and the food is great. I like the food and the scenery. You can use the, what do you call that? Oh, that's good. How about you? Can you suggest beautiful place here in Vietnam? Any place? Any place? Any province or any
Not Ho
part?
Chi Minh City.
Yeah.
Not in Ho Chi Minh City.
Oh,
Total Vietnam.
Many,
Yes.
many places.
Okay. Oh, what can you suggest me? Because I'm planning to roar around Vietnam. I heard about Vung Tau.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so what can you say about Vung Tau? What is in Vung Tau? What is special in Vung Tau? What is special in Vung Tau?
Beautiful beach.
Beach, okay. Oh, the beach is
Seafood.
Seafood.
Seafood very
Wow.
good.
How about the price of seafood? Is it expensive?
Not expensive.
Wow. Oh, because here in Ho Chi Minh City, seafoods are expensive, especially crabs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vũng Tàu cheaper in Ho Chi Minh City.
Wow. I wish I could go there. Okay, any place?
Đà Lạt.
Dalat.
Dalat.
Oh, it's a cold
Yes.
place, right?
Yes, and many flowers.
Oh, flowers.
So
Yes.
fresh.
I think hotels are expensive there.
No.
Not
yeah.
expensive.
And vegetable.
Oh, fresh vegetables,
vegetables.
especially fruits also, I think so.
Yes.
Strawberries like that.
Yeah.
Wow, I like it. How, any others,
I
sir?
like Nha Trang. Yes.
Yeah.
Nha
I also heard that for my students, they like Nha Trang.
Nha Trang, yes.
Mhm.
Nha Trang in Khánh Hòa rồi in Nha Trang, yes.
Mhm. How long will it take from Ho Chi Minh City to Nha Trang by bus?
Around 4,000 kilometers.
Wow,
400.
400. 4,000 is in Philippines already.
Yeah, 400 kilometers.
Oh, 400.
Yes.
So,
Like,
you go there by what transportation?
I go transportation fly or
Oh,
car, yes.
okay.
And
So
train,
if you will use by, you'll go there by car. So how long will it take?
about 10 hours.
Oh, 10 hours. Mhm. And then you go by plane. Mhm. So how much is the airfare by plane?
As about 1 hour.
How much?
I think 1 million Vietnam.
Oh,
Yeah. One
round-
trip.
one trip,
yes.
one way?
Yes.
Wow, expensive. So I think that's good. So now here, go to the next lesson. Okay. Okay, here, pair work. Okay, with a partner, discuss or tell some advice for visitors how to behave in your country. Okay, for example, how to behave means what are the things you should do and what are the things you should do not supposed to do. Okay, do's and don'ts. So, you are partners, you are partner,
Yes.
okay, you are the tourist and you are the Vietnamese. You are the tourist and you are the Vietnamese. So, make a simple conversation like that. Okay. You can write. I will give you 5 minutes to prepare. What are the things you should do here and what are the things you should avoid. Then after that, you do the speaking, role play. For example, you can also use those here.
Yes.
Yeah, action.
Đất nước nào ở một đất nước Việt Nam đã làm cái gì, đã làm cái gì. Should do, we should not do.
The do's and don'ts.
Yes.
What to do and what are supposed not to
Behavior
do.
là hành vi đó. Những cái điều nên làm, những điều không nên làm.
So, can I know what did you write?
Reason.
Okay.
Reason.
Okay, first, what are the things to do here in Vietnam?
Wait,
Okay.
yes. Like another countries in Vietnam, you can ask somebody about their age, yes, their married or single, or their salary, and you can hug or kiss with people you not closer, yes, or and you must
You can do that here in Vietnam.
Yes, you can.
You can't.
Yes,
Oh,
you can do
those are the don'ts.
and you must bow with people who elder than you, and you can't comment about the appearance of people.
Oh, you
Yes.
can say, oh, you are so fat.
Yes, it's not polite.
Okay.
Yes, and if you eat together when you live you eat with your family, you can stop your meal. You can stop your meal if your parent not stop.
Oh, you
Yes.
can stay on the table if they're
Yes, and you
finished
yes,
yet.
you can
Oh.
stand. You
You
can
cannot stand.
Yes.
Okay, you just stay. Wait for them to finish.
Yes.
Oh, now I know. Really? So are you doing that in your home, at your home? Mm.
If you want to stand, you talk with us.
Permission.
Yes, you
Can
ask.
I go now, mother, because I'm late?
Yes.
Something like that. All right. So how about you? Are you agree with that? Mhm. Can you add? Can you add more?
I agree.
Mhm. So, what do you think? Do you agree with that kind of custom here in Vietnam? For example, you don't need to ask the age.
Yes.
So, do you think is that wrong? Asking someone's age? How old is he? Something like that. Do you think is that wrong? Is there anything wrong asking someone's age? Are you agree with that? No.
Ở Việt Nam thì đã hỏi về tuổi.
So, what do you think? How about what she said a while ago? You cannot stand when your parents or someone in the family is still eating. So what if you don't want to eat and you want to go earlier? So what will you do? Because there are scenarios like that. You cannot avoid that, right? So how about you? What would you do then?
I can ask my parents, can I stand? Can I eat outside?
Oh, yes, you can ask permission, right?
Yes.
Because it's not polite if you will go back out without telling them, without informing them, right? I think even anywhere you can do that, right? Okay. How about you, sir, ma'am? So, what do you think are the do's and don'ts here in Vietnam?
Yes.
Mhm. Can you tell? Can you add?
I think in Vietnam we can then say like my friend, yes, yeah. I'm from in China, I'm from in German, yes.
Oh, so that's it. You have to say that.
I think say some what do you like? Yes.
Oh, yes.
I-
You have to approach them,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Mhm. So that's good.
But when we say help me understand partner.
Okay. Okay. How about you, ma'am? Can you add more?
Yes. I think in Vietnam, you can ask someone, are you married?
Oh.
But you don't. You shouldn't ask. How old are you? Or how much money do you earn
Yes.
1 month?
Yes, of course.
Yes. And
It's
in
kind of-
Vietnam, when the teacher come class, the people or student stand up to
Great.
Yes,
The great
great.
is a kind of respect, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course. So that's good. How about that? Do you know that in Philippines, we have sayings that ladies first.
Yeah.
Always
Yes.
ladies comes first.
Yes.
For example, if you are going to ride in a car, you should make your lady
Yes.
come inside the car first before the man. How about here in Vietnam?
In Vietnam, same.
Same.
But sometimes men and
Don't care.
Okay. Yes.
You don't care, right? Yes, I experienced that. When I was in bus, when I was on a bus,
Yes.
and then there are men who sit like this,
Yes.
and there are old lady who is standing at the side of the
Yeah.
men.
Yeah.
You know, in Philippines, that is usual to stand. That man will stand and give the seat for the elderly or even for the girls or the women.
Yeah.
But here in Vietnam, young generations doing that, younger, but not young. I think they are not educated well about that manner.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, because young generations are doing that. Even in my school, my university,
Yeah.
young children are like 20s, 18, 25. They are polite. They are really polite in school. I don't know outside school, or maybe they are just afraid of us. But I think they are.
Yeah.
So that's good.
In Vietnam is when we eating dinner, people eating first.
Oh, they should eat first before the younger
Yeah.
ones. Maybe they are the ones to get some rice and some.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
that's good. Because in Philippines, it doesn't matter. If you are hungry, yes, I'm hungry. I don't care who you are. Right here. So here, getting acquainted. You know this already.
Where's your house? In this street. Number 18. What number? 18. There, look. Oh, yes.
Okay, here, let's watch this. Okay, so during this, we arrange the three letters of the following phrases to form the name of famous building in 142. No, not this. How about this? Oh, you're not familiar with this. Not this. Okay, what are the tourist activities about this? What can you say about this? What he is doing here? Climbing. Okay, climbing.
Climb Mount Fuji.
Climb Mount Fuji.
Mount
So it's
Fuji.
climbing. So this is Mount Fuji. Where can you find Mount Fuji?
Obviously in Japan.
In Japan. All right. How about this? What are they doing? They have this photography or what another word for it?
Camera.
Camera or verb. What can you add? Verb for take. Verb, action word.
Take a photo.
Yes, take a photo. Or let's listen.
Go sightseeing in
Or
New York.
Go sightseeing. Sightseeing to take a photo. Same. Okay. Go sightseeing means you will see beautiful places. Sight means see. Right. Okay. Oh, here.
Eiffel.
This is Eiffel
Eiffel
Tower.
Yes.
So this is, what part is this?
Sightseeing.
This is also sightseeing.
Looking
could be,
at city. Yeah.
because they are on the top of the Eiffel Tower. Let's listen.
Go to the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Go to the top of the Eiffel Tower to sightseeing, right? For sightseeing, because it is good for you to go at the top to see the wonders. Okay. How about this? Eat. Okay. Eat or try Korean food. Have you ever tried other food aside from Vietnamese food? What have you tried?
Korean food.
What kind of food? What kind of food?
Korean food. Like tteokbokki.
Tteokbokki. Yes, it's
Street
Korean
food.
Street food.
Yeah.
What else? Kimbap. Yes.
Kimbap.
Yes. Kimchi.
Yeah.
Kimchi.
Kimbap.
Kimchi.
Okay.
And Korean food.
There are a lot of Korean foods
Spicy.
Soju
wine.
wine.
here. Soju.
Soju.
Soju. Yeah, I like it. That's soju one. And also, how about another country like Japan food? Sushi, sashimi.
Sashimi. The seafood in Japan very best.
Yes, it's very fresh. Have you ever been in other country? Have you been in Thailand?
Yes,
Thai food.
Thai food also is great and it's not expensive, right? It's cheap.
Yeah.
Almost same in Vietnam. How about local dish here in Vietnam? Dish is food. What is your most favorite local dish here in Vietnam? Pho. Do you like pho?
No, I don't like.
You are not a Vietnamese.
Because I can't eat beef.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't like beef?
Yeah.
Why?
When I eat beef, I will, my stomach.
Your allergy.
Yeah.
Your allergy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You can use seafoods like shrimp.
No, I can't eat
Yeah.
seafood.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what are you eating?
I just eat vegetable.
Vegetables.
Yes.
Wow.
I eat vegetarian.
Yeah.
Vegetarian. Wow. I can.
Very healthy.
That's why you're sexy. I like everything.
Yeah.
How about you? What's your Vietnamese dish that you like most?
I like
cơm tấm.
Tom tam. Oh, what kind? It's a rice and
Yeah.
barbecue, something like that.
Yes.
Mhm. Oh, what kind of barbecue do you like? Is it pork, chicken?
Horse.
Pork, chicken? Is that pork or chicken? And then they put some toppings like, what do you call that vegetable? What do you call that? The toppings? Kom tam. And then there are vegetables here. What are those vegetables?
egg.
Egg,
Yes.
Meat.
meat,
Salad.
salad. So what are those salad ingredients? What kind of vegetables are those?
Tomato. Oh no.
Tomato. Yeah,
Tomato.
they're tomato. What else? How about that green one that starts with letter C?
Cucumber.
Cucumber. That's it. That's cucumber. Carrots.
Yeah.
How about this? Try.
Try Korean food.
Try.
Try.
Of the tower. Go to the top of the tower. I think so.
Take a tour of the Tower of
Take a
London.
tour. Take a tour. So, what do you call of this person?
Tourist.
Tourist
Tourist guide.
Tourist guide. Okay, he is the tourist guide. So, if you will be given a chance to become a tourist guide, will you grab that opportunity? For example, you have a friend from other country and she needs someone to assist. So, would you rather help him, her?
Yeah.
Are you willing?
Yeah.
If you can speak English, then you can, right? It's an opportunity, it's a great opportunity, right? Because if you learn English, you can do a lot of job. You can make a lot of work, even tutoring children, right? Because nowadays, I think Vietnam government mandated to include English subject in school, even primary, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because even before Japan, they don't learn English. But nowadays they are good, even in Korea. Now Vietnam. Vietnam economy is getting good. It's getting good. Oh, this is the
This one in China.
Great Wall of China.
Yes.
Yeah. So taking photos.
Photograph.
Mhm.
Take photograph.
Take pictures of the Great Wall.
Take pictures.
Take pictures. Pictures and photos are the same.
Take picture.
Mhm. Okay, here. What do you think is the meaning of Melissa was blanked by the loud noise? What is the feeling? What will you feel if you hear like a loud noise? Is it frightened, fascinating, thrilled, or disgusting?
Loud noise.
Loud noise. Noisy, yes.
Yeah.
How do you feel? It's frightened. Frightened is like afraid, scared.
I think
What do you think?
thrilled.
Thrilled? Mhm. Thrilled is like you want to do but you are afraid of. For example, you want to go to the top of the mountain. It's a thrilling activity. So the answer there is
Disgusting.
disgusting. Disgusting. It's like you don't like. You feel like upset. Like that. For example, you're expecting your spaghetti to be like delicious, and your spaghetti is not good. It's messy, and the taste is salty. So you feel disgusted. Something like this. It's disgusting. Oh, it's good. It's right, correct.
Tom's not playing soccer today.
It's disgusting. Okay. Have you ever met to Moscow?
Moscow.
Been.
Have you ever met? Been, eaten, climbed?
Been.
Been. Okay. So Moscow is
Place.
a place. Yes. Have you ever been? Okay, here. I didn't like the ceviche. I thought it was. Ceviche is a kind of food. I didn't like the ceviche. I thought it was. I don't know ceviche. I don't know ceviche too. Let us try fascinating. Oh, fascinating is excited. Fascinating is excited. So I thought it was excited, so that's wrong. Last one. Okay. When you ask how old someone is, you are talking about
Weather.
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 And family.
when you ask how old someone is. Age.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it's age. Alright. Now, yes. So 6 then
Awesome.
Yes, I will.
Tom's not playing soccer today. No, he's at his computer. Is he writing a story?
Here are the tourist activities I've showed you before. So let us listen to the pronunciation, then repeat.
Read and listen.
Climb Mount Fuji.
Go sightseeing in New York.
Go to the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Try Korean food.
Take a tour of the Tower of London.
Take pictures of the Great Wall.
Now listen again and repeat.
Climb Mount Fuji.
Climb Mount Fuji.
Climb Mount Fuji.
Go sightseeing in New York.
New York.
Go to the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Go to the top of the tower.
Try Korean food.
Try Korean food.
Take a tour of the Tower of London.
Take a tour of the Tower of London.
Take pictures of the Great Wall.
Take pictures of the Great Wall.
Okay, now I will ask you, then you will answer me using these phrases or sentences. Okay. For example, you will go to Japan with your family. So, can you tell me activity that you want to do while you are in Japan?
I want to try Japan street food.
Yes, good, yes.
And I will go sightseeing the beautiful place.
Yes, beautiful place. Do you know any beautiful place in Japan that you wish to visit?
No, I don't know.
Mount Fuji.
Yeah.
Okay, Mount Fuji. What else?